Hello and welcome to part 2 of our look into adapting the Adeptus Custodes into 40k 2nd edition. In part 1 we focused on the army breakdown and generic rules and stats for the Custodes. In this episode we will be breaking down the wargear list and the characters section of the army list. The wargear list itself is pretty small and could be extended to include Dreadnought and Dawn Eagle jet bike weapons, but I have instead put these onto each data fax. It will no doubt increase once we add in the Forge World units at a later date. Here is a reminder of the draft weapons table. Feel free to pause at your convenience. The army selection table is, again, pretty straightforward. The only real change to the default selection table is that I have stated you can only have one character per 500 points, rounded up. So an army of 400 points can have a single character, whilst an army of 750 points can have 2 characters. This should make up around 20 to 25%, give or take, and depending on how you equip them. The first character is the Shield Captain. You are limited to 1 per army, and if they are taken, then they are always the commander, unless they are allied into a different army, in which case they serve as an advisor and increase the army's strategy rating by +1. Keeping in line with 2nd edition's heroic characters rules, they have a beefy stat line. With a movement of 4, weapon skill of 8, ballistic skill 7, a strength and toughness of 6, 4 wounds, initiative 7, 4 attacks and a leadership of 10. They clock in at 101 points, without any armor or a weapon, and may take up to 2 wargear cards. Keep in mind they won't be able to take different energy fields, as their armor has built-in refractive fields. The only exception is the Storm Shield, which only covers 90 degrees in front of the model. They may instead ride a Dawn Eagle jet bike for an additional 35 points plus the cost of its weapons, about 18 points for the Hurricane Bolter, and 45 points for the missile launcher. So, a Shield Captain with Custodes armor, a Guardian Spear and Misericordia would cost 139 points, without wargear cards, about on par with the average Elder Phoenix Lord. Next up is the VEXILUS PRAETOR, the standard bearer of the Custodes. Coming in at 60 points without armor, weapons or a fancy icon. They have a movement of 4, weapons skill of 7, ballistic skill 6, strength and toughness of 5, 3 wounds, initiative 6, 3 attacks and a leadership of 10. The only wargear they're allowed and which they must take is a single icon from the list shown. An Imperious for +20 points grants +1 attack to all Custodes within 6 inches. A Defensor, granting a 5+ invulnerable save to all Imperium models within a 9-inch bubble for 35 points, which is obviously an allied-only option in essence, as all Custodes have a 5+ invulnerable save. Or, finally, the Magnifica, making all models within a 6-inch bubble -1 to hit from enemy shooting attacks, for +50 points. So, a Praetor with Custodes armor, a Guardian Spear and the Magnifica would cost 145 points, for example. Finally, we come to the Blade Champion. Coming in at 135 points with his Custodes armor and Vault Sword, the Blade Champion may also take an additional wargear card. Rules-wise they have the standard Custodes stat line, with an improved weapon skill and initiative of 8, and 4 attacks total. The Consummate Swordman rule means they can parry twice and re-roll any fumbles, but remember, you can never re-roll a re-roll. Also, their Legacy of Combat rule means they can follow up 4 inches after combat. The Vault Sword has a strength of 6 and a -3 saving throw modifier. In combat, the Blade Champion may fight normally or choose from the following. Behemoth gives the champion greater strength and damage against models with a toughness of 7 or greater, while Hurricanus is a tricky one. I am still undecided how a sweep attack would work in 2nd edition, given the nature of the opposed combat roles. So perhaps it is best left ignored for now. If you can think of a good way to do it, please share in the comments below. While the last mode, Invictus, means the Blade Champion can re-roll to wound enemy characters. As you can see, all the Custodes characters are very strong individually, with the Shield Captain being a competent commander and able to either teleport into battle if he's in Terminator armor, or zip around on a jet bike with a BS of 7. The VEXILUS can augment friendly units with their icons, while the Blade Champion is a combat monster, capable of shredding anything that comes his way. That concludes our look into the characters section of the Draft Adeptus Custodes army list. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more 2nd edition content. Praise be to the Captain General.